during our pre-conference, our 8 colleagues here on stage, marami silang share na, for me, very powerful insights. Things like leadership, empowerment, relationships, even challenges like attrition and sometimes survival mode. We hope that these voices will remind us today that unity is a choice we make every day. Unity is a choice that we make every day. So to focus our conversation today, we'll be looking at unity through 2 anchors, no? Based on the inputs of the pre-conference that we had. First, that unity of purpose, which is one mission, many parts. And second, which is unity of people, empowered people, and strong relationships. Pero, para lang makapag-warm up tayo sa ating mga panelists this morning sa Joy Nostalgia. Panelists, very quick lang, tipong 3 seconds, no? From Dorothy until Arvin. When you hear the word unity, what immediately is the image or word that comes to mind? Few seconds each lang. Go, Dorothy.
Okay, the first thing that comes to mind when thinking about unity is milestone, as I believe that being united brings us somewhere.
Wow, okay. Hindi lang few seconds yun, many seconds yun.
Sorry.
Game. Thank you, Dorothy, for the magic. Miss Irish.
For me, family, because family is always united. They love each other, they help each other, even if there are, challenges.
So, family. Milestones, family. Miss Mayan.
It's alignment. We have different roles, but we are united by a single purpose.
Okay, alignment. Ma'am.
Unity is doing the right, the just, the Christ-like things together.
The right, the just, and the Christ-like. Ma'am Celia.
Unity is teamwork, collaboration, solidarity, and oneness.
Naku, humahaba na po, no? Hindi ko na naalala. Teamwork, collaboration, solidarity, oneness.
Yes,
Tapos kanina,
but the most, I think the best one to define it is the Tagalog term, pagkakaisa.
pagkakaisa. Ma'am, kayo po.
Oneness with others, oneness in harmony, and oneness with God.
Okay, thank you. Oneness.
Siguro po ako an image. Relating to our soul session earlier, I actually thought of a fishing net. Kasi apostles as fishers of men. And then fishing net because every strand matters and only if they are woven together properly, it can serve or fulfill its purpose.
Okay, lambat ni Kristo. Okay, yes.
Yes, and for me, unity is the slogan I always hear from Sir Abu. It's really one body with many parts.
One body with many parts. Ayan. Okay. So, let's move na to our first anchor. And medyo patikim na yun, no, the last few minutes about how our panelists see unity and potentially the challenges to unity as well. When unity begins, when we talk about unity, unity begins with a clarity of purpose, diba? Sinasabi nga natin kanina. But as we grow bigger, alam natin yan bilang Joy Nostalgia. Lumalaki tayo. So as we grow bigger, minsan nahirapan din tayo mag-align. Alignment can get a little harder. So sometimes silos could form. Sometimes we push for targets without remembering the bigger mission. So let's unpack unity of purpose here at Joy Nostalgia, especially as things get more complex or complicated. Mga panelists, game ba tayo? Ready? Ready? Okay, game. I can feel the energy. So let's start with, ayan, Reg. Before anything, Reg, ilang taon ka na sa Joy Nostalgia?
I've been in the company for 9 years po.
9 years?
Yes.
Wow, congratulations, no? So, Reg, you mentioned during our pre-con the idea of leaders as choreographers. When bringing new hires or existing hires, yung mga bagong pasok natin na hires or mga dati pa nandito sa Joy Nostalgia, no? Choreographers ang mga leaders sa kanila. Pwede mo pong pag-usapan to?
Yes, sir. We know naman po here in Joy Nostalgia, yung mga Joy Nostalgia employees are blessed because the company invests so much in activities and programs para ma-align at ma-instill sa mga employees yung values and mission ng Joy Nostalgia, no? And we really appreciate that po. And aside from that, I'd like to siguro put emphasis po on the important role of us leaders sa pag-establish at pag-strengthen ng shared mission and shared values within our group or department or team. And when we say unity po kasi, unity isn't something that happens instantly or parang hindi siya, parang it's not an overnight thing. It requires intention and collective effort. And at the same time, there should always be someone who leads the choreography, ensuring that there's alignment. For example po, for our new hires, tayong mga leaders, we're the one responsible sa pagbibigay sa kanila ng clarity in terms of their job role, clarity of purpose. We also need to give them context of what we do, how we do things, and why it matters. And tayo din po yung mga leaders din po dapat meron din pong kumbaga nag-i-invest tayo ng time and effort in equipping our people, which does not parang apply to the new hires lang but also to the existing employees, because it's really very important that our employees are kumbaga feel nila that they are supported, that they are guided, para mas magkaroon sila ng motivation and mas empowered sila to do their role sa team or sa company. And kasi po, di ba, minsan parang sa work, parang sobrang busy natin, though I understand that we have targets and deadlines that we need to deliver at the end of the day, but there are tendencies that our work becomes too transactional, para minsan work na lang, ganyan. And we missed out on building genuine relationship with the people that we're working with, and we missed out on establishing connection, establishing openness and transparency, which is, I believe, very crucial po sa value natin na unity. And yeah, as part of the people culture unit then as a leader myself, I think this is something that we need to be intentional about para mas makatulong po tayo sa bawat isa na mag-grow at mag-thrive dito sa Joy Nostalgia, and so we can also contribute more purposefully to our mission.
Ayaw kita interrupt kasi ang dami mong sinasabi na talaga makabuluhan, no, para sa ating lahat. But if I were to unpack, no, some of the things that you're saying, especially the earlier part, you're saying that the role of leaders is very important because it's the leader who brings together both new hires and those who are existing already in the organization. And I took note, no, na taga-recruitment ka nga, di ba? You're bringing in all our talents. What are the challenges that you see when that choreography nga does not happen? Are there negative things that can potentially happen if the unity that is brought about by the choreography of a leader is not put in place?
Yes, sir. So, if we fail to do those things po that I've mentioned, no, yung clarity, yung parang pagbibigay ng, kumbaga, pagbe-build ng relationship with people and pag-equip sa mga people, it can, kumbaga, yung risk, potential risk nun is employee disengagement or at times attrition.
Employee disengagement or even attrition. Ngayon, no, para sa mga iba sa atin dito, wow, ang bigat naman. First 5 minutes pa lang ng mind session, napaka-serious ang topic. Hindi po. Kaya nga po natin pinag-uusapan mga topic na to kasi we want to learn from our experience, especially from the panelists here on stage. And we want to be able to apply our learnings to improve our unity in Joy Nostalgia. So, Reg, thanks for the courage, for being able to share with us the importance of leaders and team members so that the choreography between leaders and teams happens and alignment takes place, no, for our purpose. We'll come back to you later, Reg. Is that okay?
All right po.
Thank you. Sige, Jen, andito ka na rin sa tabi ko. Yeah. You know, when we were having our pre-con, I didn't realize pala that Jen had gotten married last year.
2 years.
2 years ago. So enjoy Nostalgia. Okay, and Jen, how many years ka na sa Joy Nostalgia?
I will be celebrating my 15th year in Joy Nostalgia next year.
So you can grow your career in Joy Nostalgia and get married also. Okay? To encourage the new hires, no? You can do that. Okay, Jen, you said during our pre-con that growth can sometimes make it harder to communicate and execute a shared vision. And enjoy nostalgia. Actually, alam natin to. We are growing phenomenally. Grabe po, we're growing that and we're seeing that right now we are 500 people here. Can you tell us the challenge that you have actually experienced in relation to this and how you've tried to deal with it?
So as we can see, Joy Nostalgia grew immensely in the past 5 years despite the pandemic. And sadly, and somehow it showed that not everyone shared the same vision and mission that we have, no? The homing the homeless, powering the powerless, and loving the loveless. So we know that unity is the glue that holds us together, that it is the glue that bonded us together. And when we lose that shared vision, so we know that some employees might lose engagement and drive. So it will render us as a company as inefficient. So some efforts are wasted, resources are scattered, and at times people are rowing in different directions because we have our targets. But there's beauty in that, no? We should always look at our shared vision when we think that we are at a loss for direction or for words. We should always look at that one direction. What is our mission and vision? We should always anchor and align ourselves, our unit, our group, our departments into that purpose and goal. Because if we lose this sight of in the grand scheme of things, we will just be here, just like what Reg said, no, that we will just be here for transactional purposes, so rendering us irrelevant.
Jen, you know, you've been here for quite a while and you've seen the growth of Joy Nostalgia. And you're emphasizing kung gaano kahalaga yung shared vision na yan. Kasi lumalaki nga tayo, minsan nalulusaw yung pagkaunawa tungkol sa shared vision. Eh ngayon na nakita mo ng paglago ng Joy Nostalgia, have you seen success stories of shared vision also growing in understanding among our people?
Yes po.
Can you share a little bit about that?
Yes. For example, this event that we're having right now, this Culture Day, is an example of the commitment of the management in aligning us together. And among other things, we also have Yellow Table for leaders, and we also have the yung Monday moments that we are currently having, and also there's this immersion program for new hires. And in practical sense, what we do, or what I do as a unit head po, in our everyday lives, no, sa work, we huddle first thing in the morning. So we huddle in a round table, and then I ask them, what are your deliverables for today? What is our deliverables for the week? And then pinoproject na namin yung quarterly reports and also yung annual reports that the management will be asking from us.
So thank you, Jen. No? So you're saying shared vision, kahit lumalaki tayo, can be aligned, even though there are more people involved, by creating those opportunities nga for huddle, for talking about things, by having common activities like Culture Day, Monday Moments, Yellow Table, and so forth. So,
If I may share lang po.
okay,
no, sir.
sige Jen, di kita pipigilan.
Yes po. Last na po. Yung as leaders, no, it is our responsibility. We owe it to ourselves and we owe it also to our staff, the people that are entrusted with us, to teach them, to align with them, not just with the company's goal, but also what it is to have this Christhood value that the management has been parang aligning with us. We should relay it to them, not just in words, but also in action. As leaders, we should be the one modeling it to them so that they will follow.
Salamat, Jen. Wow. Sige, tuloy niyo yan. Huwag niyong pigilin sarili niyo. Thank you. All right. So this is a good opportunity to deepen this conversation. Maraming nauungkat na pwede nating palalimin. Do the inputs shared by Reg and Jen resonate with any of you? Or perhaps you see things differently? Maybe I can invite Marose first, no? Maybe you have some words you can share to us.
Yeah, so there've been a lot, no, na share ni Reg, ni Jen. So, what resonates lang yun sa akin is yung, kanina may empowerment, no? Parang people would like to be empowered, okay? And then, of course, there's the drive also coming from the supervisory or the managerial level on the, with regards to development and other programs, right? So, when it comes to unity, actually, the management, the company, is really not madamot, no? So, if we communicate properly, the programs that we want to develop or launch, I have success stories as to binibigay naman nila. Okay? So of course, I know na kapag yan, yung MFA natin, di ba, medyo mahirap yan, lalo sa start. Or even after a year, 2 years, mahirap pa rin, di ba? But then, that is the proper medium to communicate our programs, okay? And even hindi big programs, even small, like, di ba, as simple as you want to request a budget. The management always, or even our bosses, our CEOs, our COOs, lahat sila willing to listen, willing to read all those approvals, and even the heads, of course. And yeah, Terence.
Yeah, Marose, thank you for sharing that. No? That as leaders, no, we can listen. And in the pre-con, you were talking about leaders and team members taking on interlinking processes or interlinking roles na,
Yes.
diba, could help align us together. Can you talk about that a bit?
Yeah. So I've been with the company for 4 years pa lang, no. But then on my onboarding, I saw a lot of verbal practices in the company, which I am so amazed. Sabi ko nga, oh, ang galing nila. Tumakbo yung company. Meron din ng mga written policies, pero hindi siya kompleto, no? And up to this time, hindi pa rin naman siya kompleto. So, it is the best, it is an opportunity for every group to develop those policies. And of course, yung interlinking, that is a big part na kailangan mangyari, in which ina-accommodate naman ito supposed to be ng synergy Monday natin, no, Mondays. So, ito yung mga executives, no. So, I think clear naman din sa management on what is needed to be done. So ang ano lang dito is yung intergroup contribution, sana ma-push kasi it's a concrete way for us to be united. Kasi yung building of relationship, of course, andyan na yan eh. To the quality of it, yun din, we need to really filter it. As to the quality is like, we should do it in a good way. Kasi iba rin yung relationship ko, kunwari, hindi naman yung intent mo is not aligned with our mission. So, hindi rin maganda. So, when it comes to relationship, we should focus on what is our mission and somewhat forget about ourselves when we are here working and prioritize kung ano yung sinasabi ng ating opisina.
Yeah. So, we'll unpack that further later, na especially the relationships part. But I just want to echo what you said, Marose, no, na mahalaga nga that there are written policies and processes, no. Tulad mo, I've been here for less than 10 years, and I noticed nga that the group is transitioning from a lot of oral, understanding oral tradition to written processes and written policies, no. And I remember during the pre-con, you were emphasizing that it's important that people understand these processes and procedures, and they need to understand that they're part of that and they can articulate that better. Okay? And also you were echoing also that mahalaga that sana there's someone on top of the processes para malink yung iba-ibang units because they understand how each unit connects with another. So thank you. We'll unpack the other parts later, no? Irish, could you share with us a little bit about yung huddle na ginagawa nyo? It's a practice that you have in EDU that you feel helps you make sure that everyone is focused on purpose and mission.
Yes, but before that siguro po, I wanted to Regine's point, no, about the choreography. I think unity it starts with the role model leaders, no. It really emanates from the top. So you have to the leaders have to understand to choose between influence versus control. So we are dealing with people, so they have their own minds and feelings. So controlling them will just create division. So worse, attrition, like Regine said. So we have to be an inspiration. Leaders needs to be an inspiration and positive force, leaders, and then everything will follow from that. And then we will, I think that would lead to shared vision, one mission, and then to Jen's point naman, yung organization is have to keep up with the growth, and then at the same time have that unity. Siguro we have to duplicate that in smaller groups siguro. We have to strengthen in smaller groups yung unity, and then you have to duplicate that in the new units so that we will have a larger scale unity. So, yun po. And then on the, ano naman po, dun sa EDU weekly meetings that we do, no weekly huddle, I think there is a value on communicating your clear directions. And then you have to give voice to each team members so that they can speak up what is the concern. And then you have to brainstorm to provide solution.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sige. Ako'y tatayo na muna. Okay lang, Irish?
Ayan.
Okay. Sige. We'll do a bit of audience participation right now, ha? Okay. And I want everyone to participate honestly. Game? Can you hear from the back? Game po ba? Yes? All right. Thank you. Okay. When I call for you and it applies to you, I want you to raise your hands, okay? Who here knows their role in Joy Nostalgia? Please raise your hand. Who here knows their role in Joy Nostalgia? Okay, virtually everyone? Thank you. Sige, can you please keep it up? Who here knows how your role directs Connectly to our Joy Nostalgia mission? Wow. Actually, almost everyone. You know your role. Okay yun, di ba? And you know how your role connects directly to our mission of homing the homeless, powering the powerless, and... Okay, sige. Babaan nyo muna. Sige. Kasi baka, kailangan mo mag-adjust. Okay. Ready for the next question. How many of you here can articulate clearly to yourself the output of your work? Raise your hand. How many here, raise your hand, can articulate clearly, ito yung output na pinoproduce ko? Okay, medyo may ilan po. Okay, tinaas na rin nila. Okay, good. Kasi kung hindi, okay. Now, this is the question, and keep your hands up. If you can tell me, okay, you know how the output of your work contributes to the next person who requires it in the organization. Ha? Alam ko kung paano yung output ko kailangan ng susunod na tao sa Joy Nostalgia. Interesting. Because it seems, if we talk about unity of purpose, sige, baba na po natin ating kamay, alam natin lahat. Palakpakan nyo nga sarili nyo. When it comes to unity of purpose, almost all of you, if not all of you, kasi nasisilaw ako sa aking Gary V moment. Okay? Nasisilaw kasi ako sa ilaw. Parang halos lahat naman, nagtaas ang kamay, alam nila yung role nila, alam nila kung paano connected ang role nila sa mission of homing the homeless, powering the powerless, loving the loveless. Alam nila yung output nila, at alam nila kung paano kinakailangan yung output nila ng susunod na tao sa Joy Nostalgia. So in short, it seems that we're unified in purpose. At this point, very spontaneously, I'd like to ask the panel here, do you want to react to the hands that were raised? Anyone would like to react to that? Yung cue po namin is, kung tinitingnan nila ako, may masasabi sila. Kung, ayan, nakikita nyo naman, di ba? Ayan. Pero si Marose nakatingin sa akin di ba? Marose, nakita mo yung mga hands nakataas kanina, di ba? What is that telling you?
Yeah, actually, it is expected. I know naman everybody here is one with our mission. What I'm seeing lang is the way we do things. Okay? So, what do I mean by that? So, connected pa rin sa sinabi ko kanina, there are times na nadidiskartehan natin how we do things, which is, okay, lulusot yun for the moment, but it will not, kung we will target kung ano talaga yung totoong target natin sa kada organization natin. So, I know people here right now, dito and online, lahat sila align talaga sa mission natin. It's just we need to really improve how we do things.
All right. So let's connect that to one of our phone-in questions. We actually invited the executives to provide some questions that they want to raise to the panel. And I think connected to what Marose is saying and connected to the first anchor, which is unity of purpose. I want any of the panelists to respond to this, no? As a fast-growing organization, how do we overcome a kanya-kanya mindset and build a culture that truly binds together across different companies and emerge as one, capital letter O-N-E, one, Joy Nostalgia? Would any of the panelists like to respond to this? Sige, si Irish gusto na kunin yung mic kay Ma'am Celia. Would you like to respond to that?
This monthly culture day that we are having is one way of emphasizing our Christ-Jude values. Okay? And it's one way of uniting all our employees sa purpose, sa relationships, and all other, ma-interlink natin ang ating mga different departments and groups. And having to emphasize one mission, one vision, I think that is the most important thing.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Celia. I'll share another question here, and I'll invite any of the panelists to respond. True unity requires going the extra mile. What are we willing to forgo and let go of to go beyond ourselves and truly achieve unity? I'm asking this question from the executive kasi connected siya sa Apostles on Mission kanina, di ba? Yung reflection si Dr. Jong, di ba? So I'll ask it again. True unity requires going the extra mile. What are we willing to forgo and let go of to go beyond ourselves and truly achieve unity? Any of the panelists can respond. Sige, si Marus uli o baka may gusto ano? Sige na, huwag kayong matakot. Mayan, kanina ka patingin ng tingin sa akin. Game. Mayan is the most confident here. Yes. Yes, Mayan. What is it?
No, I suppose we should give up yung ego natin and we would open ourselves to be vulnerable and ask for feedback, and we should accept yung shortcomings, and so in that way we can improve, and then we will build our team from there, and we will parang grow together.
Okay. So you're saying that thank you. Palakpakan po natin. So it seems that Maya, no, that resonates with a lot of us here. Letting go of ego, okay? Acknowledging our mistakes and growing from there. I think that's something that resonates with all of us. So unity of purpose, no, our first anchor, doesn't happen by accident. And as you can tell right now from the discussion, it takes leaders who align, connect, and choreograph so many parts so that those many parts move together as one mission. And pati na rin, everyone else, no? It takes team members who make the effort to better understand their roles and outputs and how these connect to our mission. So that's the first anchor, and thank you for that. Hindi pa po tayo tapos, pero just to get the energy going, can we give ourselves again and the panelists a round of applause for knowing our role and how it aligns with the Joy Nostalgia mission? So let's move on to the next part, no? We know that unity is not just about vision and policies. It's also about people. Ayan, it's on the screen na po. Okay? When people feel valued, trusted, and supported, kanina Reg was talking about going beyond just transactional relationships, diba? When these things happen, unity grows. But when relationships are purely transactional, negative consequences are inevitable. So let's talk about empowerment and relationships as indispensable part of unity. Dorothy, hi. Hi, Dorothy.
Hello po.
Hi. During our pre-con, you spoke about balancing reality and expectations. Nako, ako ata may kasalanan ito. I was particularly struck, Dorothy, nung you mentioned that it's important to take note of emotional indicators. O, biruin mo, na yung nararamdaman ng tao, nararamdaman ng empleyado, malaking bahagi sa unity. Diba? Can you talk about that a bit more?
Okay po. Bale, ang tingin ko naman po sa ating lahat ay we all begin with the end in mind and no one wants to achieve something that is less than excellent. However, there are these barriers that hinders us or makes it difficult for us to achieve what we really want. So we have to have that balance between reality and expectations. By reality, I mean given the limited resources made available to achieve the expectation. Because kapag hindi natin achieve yung balance na yon, one can be pushed to be in survival mode. So mahalaga yung estado ng isang tao, ng emotional kalagayan niya, kasi it takes one to create a group. It takes one to complete the group and to achieve the common goal. So if na-achieve natin yung balance na yon, that person will feel seen, supported, and recognized, prompting the best version of that person to come out and perform, contributing to the common goal or the success of the team.
Let's unpack it, kasi I feel there's something here that's very unique. And of course, because Dorothy is also very young, 2 years out of college, but I know she's doing very well with the foundation. Let's unpack that. The balance, can you help us, especially the young ones here, just to echo the sentiment? The balance of what, Dorothy?
The reality and the expectations
The
po.
balance between the reality and expectation. And you talked about survival mode. Can you describe how survival mode looks like, especially in the context of our work?
For me, survival mode is that, alam niyo yung ginagawa mo na lang yung isang bagay para matapos mo siya. Not like you're very happy that you're doing it because you feel supported, you feel really fulfilled. Survival mode is accomplishing the task. That's it. Ayun.
I'm not gonna ask people to raise their hands. Okay. So, Dorothy is telling us something. It's very possible that even as we are united in our purpose, it's very possible that we're not empowered, that we're feeling like we're in survival mode. That's why yung kaninang sinasabi mo, Dorothy, yung gaan, yung happiness, are indicators na hindi ka lang basta nagde-deliver ng task para matapos na, pero that you feel supported in delivering something. And what struck me is that no one wants to deliver something that's not excellent. And so pag survival mode, basta matapos na, pati yung excellence nare-risk din. Sige, Dorothy, we'll unpack that in a bit, no? Kasi I think baka some of our panelists would like to respond to that as well. Sige, Arvin, where are you? Yes, Arvin. From your perspective, because we're talking about empowerment and roles, diba? How does knowing your role in the mission create empowerment?
I think I want to jump from the sharing of Dorothy kasi quick show of hands, sino yung mga Gen Z dito? Yung mga born 1997 and younger? 1997? Opo. Masama po magsinungaling, char. Yan, di ba? I think a great majority, especially our new hires, mga Gen Zs, di ba? And a common characteristic of us Gen Zs is really, we have that quest for purpose. When what we do makes sense, when what we do is something we believe in, or something that we come to believe in, kagaya nga sabi ni Dorothy, hindi kami madamot as a generation, di ba? And I think, how does knowing the role, a quick, kwento, I'll be celebrating my first year here in Joy Nostalgia on the 15th. So, but alam ko po maraming di naniniwala na mag-1 year pa lang ako dito sa kapal ng mukha ko, di ba? So, dami ng ganap ko. But as someone from the seminary, someone who worked in a school, someone who also, during the pandemic, worked in a virtual environment, and someone from the insurance industry, all of these 4 roles before I came here, ang isang hindi ako makapaniwala is when I came here, pinagkatiwalaan ako.
Pinagkatiwalaan ka.
Yes, pinagkatiwalaan ako. Because our office handles a lot of sensitive information, confidential information even. But I was entrusted and I'm sorry sa mga nahaharang ko yung mga MFA kapag may comments po kami. But yes, it's being entrusted with a very specific work guided by a mentor who knows how to give a feedback. But I think, Sir Terence, what's more important for me is I was given a space to even make mistakes.
To make mistakes.
Yes. Yung, alam mo yun, yung, I'm honest with myself na I don't have a background in a lot of things, di ba? Given my very different, tas bigla ako napunta sa corporate. But as someone na pinagkatiwalaan, wala akong ibang gagawin kundi, okay, kailangan kong galingan. Kailangan kong galingan hindi dahil babayaran ako sa 50 na 30 dahil magaling ako. Kasi kahit naman gaano tayo kagaling, di naman biglang tataas yung sahod natin, di ba? But for us Gen Zs, if we see the purpose, if we see that, oh, yung ginagawa ko contributes not only to our unit, but all the units that we are guiding, all the units that we are monitoring, all the units that contribute to a greater purpose, now I see myself, okay, I am someone powerful here in this organization. Hindi dahil sa position ko, but again, because everything that we do, and again, as interview ko pa lang naririnig ko na kay Sir Abu to, it's because we are really one body with many parts. And as St. Paul says, di ba, kapag merong masakit na isang bahagi ng katawan, mararamdaman yan ng buong katawan. Oh, there, sir.
Walang papalakpak sa kapwa Gen Z nyo? Kayo talaga, selective kayo, ha? Okay, you know, Arvin, that's very interesting. Kasi it's a callback to our first anchor. If you know your place in the bigger scheme of our purpose, mas ganado magtrabaho. But at the same time, for our second anchor, which is about relationships, you're saying that it's really important that there is mentoring, that there is that space, may puwang para magkamali. Kasi tutulungan ka ng kasama mo, ng leader mo, na lumago, to grow, to learn from those mistakes. No?
And if I may add siguro, Sir Terence, it's really being entrusted again. Yun, di ba yung tiwala? Kasi we see sometimes na there are people nga, nakagaya sabi Dorothy, di ba? There are people na, okay, do this. Di ba sabihin ng ating a leader, an executive, manager who says, okay, gawin mo to. And just that. Parang bahala ka na sa buhay mo. Diba? But nasaan yung space for learning for someone? Diba? Nasaan yung space to grow and see, oh, so, ano namang mangyari? Eh kung nagkamali ako at hindi maitama, how will I learn in the future? Sige, ako na bahala dyan. How will I know na in the future, okay, ganito dapat yung format niyan. Ganito dapat yung content niyan. Ito yung best practice that we do here. And siguro very last lang, Sir Terence, and I think it's important as well for our leaders, in all honesty, that even from our leaders, we get to hear them also acknowledge that they make mistakes as well. I think that's sobrang powerful for me when that happens. When, you know, when my leaders sa office would say, actually, oo nga, maganda yung idea mo. Oo nga, mas tama pala yung ginawa mo. Sorry, medyo naunahan lang ako ng init ng ulo, but thank you for helping me out. I think that's really powerful to see that we really are human beings here. And again, di ba, hindi lang transactional, hindi lang just to do these things, but we are empowered when there is that individuality, that unity that comes in diversity.
Okay, thank you. Wow. That's a lot to unpack, ha? Okay? But thank you for the honesty and courage to be very vulnerable and share that, no? Both to Arvin and to Dorothy. What do you think about what they shared, no? I'd like to invite the other panelists, no? Maybe we can start with Celia. Kasi it says here in the flow, it's really you. But more than that, more than it's in the flow, I think this whole spirit of mentoring, honestly, no, I'm really impressed when I listen to your stories, but the spirit of mentoring is something that you really live by. Can you share with us some best practices that you've learned over the years as a way to really build up your team and, more importantly, your people?
Okay. I believe that the leaders should pay more attention to its members, to its team members. People is the best, the most important resource of a company. So, the leaders should take time, encourage open communication, so the trust can be established. Okay. Leaders should also take time to train, mentor, and coach. Leaders should also empower its members so that they will have the opportunity to learn and grow. Yes, they can make mistakes, but it's one way, as Arvin said, it's one way of learning from the mistakes. Okay? And then it's really just taking the time of paying attention to what the members need. They are, remember that they are human beings. They're not our slaves. Diba? So, like in our case, in our team, I took it upon myself to do training programs. So at the start, we had, for my team members, we had training for how to improve supervisory skills and leadership training. And then for the others, for the team members, we had, because we are at customer advocacy department, customer service, how to handle irate clients, and we have lots of team building activities in our team. So that's one way of doing the training. You leaders have really have to take the time. Kahit na maraming trabaho, we know we have targets to meet and all of that, but you still have to stop somewhere and take time to train. Okay, so, and then, dapat din merong feedback mechanism para the members, nalalaman naman nila that they're doing well. Okay, so, in our team also, we have a recognition program, we have recognition system, wherein every week sa meeting ng team heads, we choose the WOW. WOW, winner of the week.
Winner of the week. Wow.
Hindi wow. Wow, winner of the week. Okay. So, we select the members who are doing better than the others. So, yun yung mga good performers namin. Okay. So, weekly, meron kaming napipili. Pinopost namin sa bulletin board, recognition nung mga magagaling nating employees. Pag ikaw ay merong commendation from a buyer or from a client, automatic, magiging wow ka. And then from the wow, na weekly wow, we choose the BTS Idol Monthly. It's not the build then sell ng construction. It's BTS, Beyond the Scope Idol.
Beyond the Scope Idol.
Because you go beyond what is expected of you. So monthly, meron kaming Beyond the Scope from ang candidates nun, yung mga winners ng WOW. And then, at the end of the year, yung lahat ng nanalo ng BTS Idol, namimili kami ng Employee of the Year. Okay, so sa Christmas party namin, pinipili namin yon. So we have, hindi naman bongga, but we have a certificate for the winner. Meron ding medal siya. Tapos, I also give, from my own pocket, a monetary token. Okay, so...
Wow, Yan ang ina-affirm nyo talaga bilang audience,
Ma'am
ha?
Celia, may nagtatanong, hiring daw po ba?
Kaming 8 magpapahire na po sa inyo.
Okay. And then, of course, yung sinasabi ni Arvin kanina na empowerment, okay? From the team members, yung paying attention to how they work, how they perform, we actually choose those that have potentials. Meaning, we think that they can be future leaders. So, namimili na ako ng 1 down for every team head. So, tinitrain na namin sila on the job. So, even in our weekly meetings ng team heads, kasama yung 1 down. So, natitrain na siya doon sa mga discussion. Okay? So, pati sa mga pangyayari sa buong team. And just to, I think this is one, para sa akin, exciting, na I always look forward to, is the PAF. I know that some of you hate this. The performance evaluation na ginagawa natin yearly, now we're doing it quarterly. Okay? In the performance appraisal na ginagawa natin for our team members, at least for my team heads and 1 downs, I do a one-on-one discussion. It's a lengthy discussion, pero I purposely want this kasi yun yung gusto kong makita kung ano yung feedback from the team heads. I do this over lunch. Sila mamimili kung saan nilang gustong restaurant. And of course, they choose kung saan mahal. Okay? Or, over coffee, pero meron dito, meron sa akin nagpili siya ng breakfast buffet sa 6th floor. So, but because the discussion is kind of long, okay, what do we do in the discussion? Okay, i-discuss ko sa kanila yung results ng PAF, commend them dun sa good performance nila, and then discuss what can be improved dun kung saan sila weak. Okay, so tapos pinapasabi ko sa kanila kung ano yung kanilang wish list. Meaning, ano pa yung wish nila sa 3. Personal life, pangalawa, professional life, enjoy nostalgia, pangatlo, as a member of my team. And then, pagkatapos niyang sabihin ko ano yung wish list niya, suggestions naman niya kung paano niya i-improve yung in those 3 levels. Private, yung personal life niya, professional life niya, and para dun sa career niya, enjoy nostalgia, and the team. Okay? And then at the end, this is the only time that I allow them to give feedback, to comment on how I, their leader, manage them or handle the group. Okay? So, yun yung sinasabi ni Arvin na sometimes dapat makita mo rin kung may mali yung leader. Okay, and for me, I'm doing that because I also want to improve the way I handle my people. So kung
Ayan, palakpakan po natin yan.
Okay. So kung sasabihin nila, siyempre, matutuwa ako kung positive yung sinasabi. But I also welcome actually the negative side because sometimes, like in my case, kasi very young na ako very with my age, 'di ba? Minsan I have to take time to understand millennials and the Gen Zs kasi there's a different way of supervising them. But of course, as Sir Jun said, there is nothing wrong with the millennials and Gen Zs. But those that supervise them have to acknowledge that there are some things na yung young ones ay hindi na katulad ng mga mindset ng mga millennials and Gen Zs. If you understand that, mas madaling i-supervise natin. Because like in my team, sobrang layo ng age. Merong mga Gen Zs and millennials at meron ding matatanda. So, hindi naman mga lola, pero ako lang yata yung matanda. But I have to marry the generation gap. Okay? But if you understand that, it's easier to unite the team. Okay?
So, Miss Celia, dapat ready ka na mamaya. Mga ilang daang tao mag-a-apply sa iyo, no? Pero, you know, that's very inspiring, I think, for many of us young and evolving leaders and team members of our various teams to hear that it's important for a person who handles people to mentor, to make the time to talk with each member of the team, to give feedback. And it's very interesting because it echoes another more senior member of the group a while ago in our table, yung pinakagwapo sa commitment table. Kanina sinasabi niya, ayaw lang niya marinig yung feedback na positive. Dapat, yung feedback na negative, give it to me, sabi niya, di ba? Kasi very realistic, as leaders, we're responsible for the lives of our people, and we want to know how to improve our way of relating with them. So thank you for embodying that, Celia. Get ready for 100 application forms later. So, you know, this is very, very rich, this discussion, no? And I think maybe we can go to Mayan. I think you have some input about this, diba? About encouraging members of the team to be able to provide input in any process or project.
Yeah, I suppose yung circling back to Arvin, so he mentioned yung empowerment, yung trust that was given to him. So on my end, what I do is that if there are parang concerns among the team, I always advise them to, you give me options. Why? Because I trust that they know they know the job better than I do. They are on the ground. And also, it will make them feel heard and that their opinion matters. So if people feel that they are empowered and yung opinions nila are heard, then it will encourage them to be better. So from there, you build the trust of the team para you can really work as one united team. And then from there, you can also parang make cross-functionality with the other departments because what you are doing inside your team also has an impact to the other departments.
Yeah. So I'd like to go back now to Dorothy's question. And I think some of the panelists, maybe Marose or Irish, would like to respond to that. Na sometimes it's very difficult to be in crisis mode when there's no balance, no? Especially with the resources you need to deliver excellently. And Marose, a while ago, you were talking about that. That from your experience, our experience, hindi naman madamot ang Joy Nostalgia sa resources, lalo na if it will mean innovating. So there seems to be a disconnect. How do we improve that, knowing that you yourself have said, no, that we can improve things?
Yeah. Actually, we can improve this by involving actually the people. So sinabi nga ni Arvin na pinagkahatiwalaan siya. So I hope every leaders, ini-involve natin yung mga tao natin. Talagang doon natin sila tinitrain on the job nga. Kasi though may mentoring of course na gagawin doon, but then yung talagang actual work, they have to experience that. And then they have to be able to articulate and communicate because it's for the leaders naman, it's hard to approve something when we don't understand it. And the person itself na nagpapa-approve, hindi rin niya gaano pa naiintindihan. That's why ang dyan is you have to practice yung communication, okay? We have to really improve on that. And also, yun naman sa balance, no, na parang nagsusurvival. Of course, as leaders, kailangan talaga nating suportahan yung mga tao. Kailangan isuportahan natin sila in a way na mapupush sila. Hindi lang yung matapos din yung work, yung ma-inspire naman sila. And ang nakikita ko kasi talaga, the most effective way is by example. Hindi rin, the way we manage din yung younger ones sa group ko is hindi sila nadadala rin sa moral verbal support or ganon. You really have to show them that you are also working at your best or beyond the scope, and then ine-embrace mo kung anong bibigay sa yung trabaho Kasi it's a way na ina-entrust nga sa'yo eh. Okay? So, minsan kasi yung, nagkakaroon tayo nung kanya-kanya and then may boundary na, di ba? So, kapag united ka sa mission, kung ano ibigay sa'yo na trabaho, you have to embrace it and enjoy it. Kasi yung survival mode, parang what I think about that is maraming factor yon, but also it should start from the person, individual, that una, be strategic na ano ba yung best way.
And precisely, no, because
To
we
do
want to
it.
love what we're doing,
Yeah.
we can improve the processes. And what you're advising, Dorothy, is that there should be opportunities given to her or to others like her to be able to articulate the innovation so that resources will be provided to them.
Yes.
All right. Sige. Okay, audience activity na naman. Okay pa? Kanina pa ako kinikindat ni Sam. Over na tayo by 7 minutes, maybe, no? Okay. Oh, kanina pa tayo nagko-contemplate, tsaka examine, tsaka meditate, di ba? Tuloy-tuloy na natin. I'd like to invite you now to close your eyes. Sige na, pagbigyan nyo na ako. Close your eyes. Not like Miss Annie while walking. She'll sit down first. Thank you. Close your eyes, everyone. Okay. No judgment. Okay? Okay. Close your eyes. Think of the last time you felt really empowered at work. Kailan yung huling beses na feel mo talaga, ikaw yung wow. Ikaw yung BTS. Just hold that memory for a moment. Who was that person or leader or relationship, yung tao na yon, that made you feel empowered and made you feel like a relevant member of your team? I'll give you a few seconds. Just relish that. All right. Thank you so much. You can continue relishing later throughout the day, but I'd like to throw that exercise at our panelists. We did not prepare this, so I just want to hear from anyone who'd like to volunteer. Sana they'll be moved. Who is that relationship? Who is that leader? Who is that person that made you feel empowered? And maybe you can highlight that behavior of that person that really helped you really solidify unity. Anyone from the 8? Sige, let's see. Sige, Irish.
I think what empowers me is my team.
Is there a person or relationship? Would you like to name them?
All of my team.
Sige, give a few
members.
names. Sige na.
Ina Salcedo, Ira, Evelyn Iringan, Eden Centeno, Jaisel, Risa.
Ang daming
Ang
tao.
dami.
And they're the ones who make you feel empowered. Can you share us a bit
Because
about that?
they are really the superstars. You know, they are the one that support me in my deliverables. And also, they are supporting me in terms of when I giving direction. So it's really a two-way street, no? Yung unity. It's give and take. And you have to involve them in meaningful discussions wherein you are actively listening to them, so that they can also feel that their work is relevant. They are equally important, regardless of the status. And then you can also provide them safe space, meaning psychological and mental safety, wherein
Psychological and mental safety.
yes, wherein they can freely say what is the concern, and you are actively listening to what are the concerns, so that you will provide solution, and then you are working together in able to execute that solution for the organization, and that also shows what unity is, what is the essence of unity.
Thank you.
In EDU.
Thank you so much. Okay, we'll wrap this up a bit now. Pero what we're gonna have now is we're gonna have a lightning round. So what is this lightning round? I really encouraged our panelists before coming to Culture Day today that they'll have a platform of 500 people in front of them. And I said, if they were given more authority and opportunity to exert influence, to recommend something concrete something practical to join Nostalge para mas maging united tayo sa purpose and relationships, what would it be? So I pressured them medyo, no? Because we have a platform of several hundred people here. So I said, very honestly, recommend, not theory, but something very practical, something very concrete. So Arvin, ready ka na? Ikaw magsa-start, ha? Okay, from Arvin all the way to Dorothy. Lightning round, maximum 30 to 45 seconds each. What concrete, practical thing are you recommending to improve the unity of Joy Nostalgia? Arvin.
Cannot remember this sa questionnaires. Hindi, pero siguro I would like to thank first of all si Sir Abu, most of all. And siguro something practical that he does with how he handles me. Huwag po tayong matakot at tama rin na mag-drawing ng diagram, na mag-explain sa board, na magsulat sa paper, yung even to go into the nitty-gritty details of how we do things, of how our operation comes alive, kasi that actually helps me see, okay, this is how I should do my job, this is the best practice to do my job, and then allow the person that you're mentoring to include or fuse in yung innovation din niya. Because that's what I experienced myself.
Thank you, Arvin. Reg.
Okay. For me po, medyo marami ako naiisip, sir, pero
Kahit one, the best.
tatlo lang.
Pressure, Reg.
Yeah. For me, yung building a culture with intention. That you do things intentionally. Kasi yung work natin, kahit na yung pinakasimple or pinakamaliit na task, when you do it with intention, when you do it with the right heart, I think parang, lalo na kapag pinagsama-sama natin yun, I believe that it would create lasting and greater impact.
So, i-vlog mo yan. Hindi, okay. Sige, thank you for that. So, how do we translate intention and purpose? Sige, that's something we can discuss further after. Sige, Jen. Concrete and practical for Joy Nostalgia.
For our unit and for the whole of Joy Nostalgia, we can practice the morning huddle with our team. Even 5 to 15 minutes of your time before you start the working day, so
Morning
that you
huddle.
will all be aligned in what to do and what not to do and what reports are to be accomplished. And also, I would like to speak to our new hires, no? So, and encourage them that in Joy Nostalgia, you have the opportunity to thrive and to be a role model or to be a leader in the future. So we have to show ourselves to stay and improve and also to step up.
Thank you. Ma'am Celia. Concrete and practical.
Okay. In our team, this is a suggestion, we do annual planning session and mid-year planning session. Before we do anything for the following year, sa December pa lang, pinag-uusapan na namin kung ano yung target namin for in this case, kung kunwari 2025. We have a target of 4 billion. That is the goal. And then we strategize kung paano namin marireach yung goal na yon. And then, may review kami middle of the year if we are on track or not. Kung hindi on track, we make amendments or changes. But within the year, of course, we have weekly meetings para lahat ng performance tutok. Tutok ang leaders, tutok din yung members.
Mid-year planning, annual planning, weekly alignment.
Weekly, yes.
Marose.
Yeah.
Concrete, 30 seconds. Go.
Concrete, ito, pwede nyo nang gawin sa Monday. If you have already that crazy idea na kinikip nyo sa sarili nyo, the Kuan-Baga solution sa inyong kada department.
Kuan-Baga solution.
Yeah.
Just
Kung
in
pwede
case
lang.
they didn't get that. Kuan-Baga solution.
Yeah, kung pwede, sa Monday or mamaya, sabihin nyo na sa mga leaders nyo kung ano yung mga crazy solution. Maybe it's so crazy na feeling nyo baka nakakatawa. But maybe, baka yun yung pwede nyong gawin sa department nyo. And if hindi ma-approve, wag din kayo magtampo agad. Kasi malay nyo, 1 year, 2 years, or even months, days, ma-approve din siya. So huwag kayong mahiyang magsabi sa mga leaders nyo.
Thank you. A platform for sharing ideas with your leader. Mayan.
For me, constant communication. So it has to be regular, like weekly or monthly. And then updates, however formal or informal. We just need to set a specific day on when we do the updates so that we are updated on what is happening.
Timed updates, regular basis. Irish.
For me, if I were given more authority, no, siguro more cross-functional collaboration activities to promote yung different departments interaction. In EDU kasi we have a WIN program, no. It is I see that as an opportunity to build camaraderie with the different departments. Yung minsan yung hindi masyadong nag-interact na departments, they can submit entry for process improvement and financial impact projects.
I'll pause you there kasi that's more than 45 seconds. But yes, a project that allows different units to cross-collaborate and build up unity. Dorothy, practical, concrete.
Systems that acknowledges both capacity and constraints po. So for example, in setting goals and timelines, ensure to have that space for honest check-ins, not just about the progress, but about the well-being, the unspoken pressure, and the support needs of the employee.
Honest feedback session, hindi lang trabaho, kundi kamusta ka na, Dorothy? Okay, pwede ba natin palakpakan ang ating 8 panelists?